As I travel around talking to people about Brexit, a very important part of it will be young people and education. How will it affect their futures?
Yeah, my name's Carl Gilbertson. I'm Chair of Governors at Wellesbourne Community Primary School, but also, for my pleasure, I'm a governor at 3 other schools in Liverpool. Yeah.
Which must give you a huge insight into the impact of Brexit on both the governors and their thinking, but also perhaps the head teachers and their concerns?
Yeah, I mean, one of the big concerns the head teachers have got is obviously the impact upon funding for public services going forward. We know that already, due to austerity measures, we're seeing cuts in and around 20%. One of the other things we're seeing already is a brain drain. British teachers who've decided before the opportunity is taken away from me, or before things get worse, we're actually going to move to the Middle East, or we've seen many move to.
And they're already moving?
Oh yeah, this has been happening. You can date it back to July 2016. This is something that's very demonstrable, not just in Liverpool, where I'm very active, but right the way across the Northwest.
And are the children feeling any sort of stress or anxiety? I mean, is it filtering down to them?
It is. In terms of the mental health of children, it's something we're a lot more acutely aware of in primary schools. The children who, whether they're from English background or whether from an EU background, who are asking, well, what's going to happen to my friends after March 2019? Are they going to have to repatriate? Are they going to have to leave the country? Really down to the families themselves not being able to offer clear answers to their children about whether you will finish in this primary school, whether we will have to move back to our country of origin. Those things have a big impact upon the dynamic of a school, and obviously on those families affected as well, and we're seeing that every day.
Hi Ella.
Hiya.
Thank you so much for talking with me today. What is it like being a young person and watching how Brexit is unfolding?
It's frightening and it's horrible. It's like I've said before. It's like a dark cloud. The young people are walking around with a dark cloud over their heads. It's almost like impending doom, really. It's always like, I think quite a lot of us are sort of seeing almost like our futures as we wanted them aren't going to exist anymore, and I think that's quite hard. It's quite hard to swallow, because it was a wonderful privilege and a wonderful right, but we're sort of seeing that being taken away from us.
Are you aware of the people or students, young people are thinking of moving now, before, or have been in the last?
I have heard of a few people who've already moved in the past 2 years yeah.
So they weren't waiting, they were just... And that's a terrible loss to us as a country, isn't it?
Yeah. When you hear about countries having brain drains where young people just go, they don't stay, and I think we're going to suffer from that. I used to be proud, like the reason why I used to be proud of being British was, you know, the openness and the multiculturalism. That was why I was proud, but I'm sort of seeing that, I'm seeing that going very fast. So the reason why I was proud of, for all its flaws.
That's so sad, isn't it? Yeah. You should be proud of your country. You should, exactly, you know, and Britain is a great place, but it's fighting to keep it to that.
Exactly. You know, you want to say it'll be okay, but you don't know. You don't know that. No one really knows what's happening. It's just, it's almost like we're in limbo. Nothing's actually been decided and or agreed. So we're almost like getting towards this date of March, and we don't know what. It's almost like we're heading off a ravine.
What I've heard today is a real sense of mourning, of real frustration and anger, emotions that young people should not be feeling as they enter the most important part of their lives, as they aspire to work, to travel, to look to the future. What is it that we are doing to them? We have to take responsibility. But what I've also learned is that this is not just the generation of 18 plus who can actually vote and are worried about this. We've heard from Carl, we've heard interviews where young people, 80-year-olds, are worrying that their friends could lose their homes. The real human cost of Brexit is affecting all age groups, all regions, all professions.